Good afternoon, what is a cool, bright and sunny day. It is Friday the 23rd of September. I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a parcel to unbox. So, I'll get the knife to it. What I've got in here is this. Pulling it out, I have the Cyberpunk Data Pack, or Cyberpunk RED Data Pack, more of what you need to make the dark future come alive. So, when you're stalking the night streets of Night City, it pays to know the locals and where they're lurking. One wrong move and you could end up as a bozo bait or worse. And when you're the GM of a Cyberpunk RED game, knowing the score is even more important. Otherwise, your RED adventure game might bog down in a ton of tiny stuff that can make or break a good game. But fear not, chums, because we've got you covered with a fistful of tools that are useful for a GM and player alike. The Data Pack. In this handy folio, you will find them. 12 maps featuring environments every Cyberpunk RED game needs, including combat zone intersections, highway overpasses, badland wastelands, and megacorp helipads. A set of encounter tables to bring your Night City to life, including subway strangers, Night City hotspots, badass freelancers, and midnight market stores. A stash of official Cyberpunk RED character sheets, and a bunch of all new ready-to-run screen sheet adventures, which could be useful with used with all the stuff above. So grab your dice and your favourite Minimi 10. It's time to hit the streets in style, Cyberpunk RED style. So, this is published by Talsorian Games, and is a resource pack for Cyberpunk RED. So let's open up, find out what's inside. Plastic. There we go. Just want to come off. There we go. So that actually, this all kind of slips out. So, like that. So, okay. So it needs to be I would say needs careful storing, because you can pick this up. This could just slide out the bottom. So the thickest part of this is this big pad character sheets. We've got a pad of character sheets, all useful. Going through, the first thing we have is the Cyberpunk RED Data Pack, almost like a magazine more than a supplement. But you've got an advert on the back for the Sirenscape sounds of Night City in the dark future combat game, which presumably the maps will be quite useful for. Inside we have screen sheets. So screen sheets are sort of like scenario hooks that have been developed into something a bit more than just hooks. So here we have screen sheets saying missing persons cases on the rise, Militech execs sacked for ethics, help rebuild Night City, gang activity increases, Forlorn Hope gets it. Now Forlorn Hope's a nice callback to one of the locations in Night City that had its own settlement, a bar where edge runners would hang out, and therefore the player characters would hang out and meet various individuals within the setting. And then turn over, and you've got some background for both player and game master to expand upon and turn into a full adventure. And does the same thing with the next one. Grey steel nails, bottle of the Battle of the Bands, faulty memory chips cause psychosis, cigarette data analyst found dead, the plight of the rocker. So 3 stories, one of which essentially is developed into a full screen sheet scenario, and that's all useful. And the thing is, if you take something like From Outcast to Mainstream or Militech cracks down on Delta Jocks, fight your battles without the GATs, these other stories, then the game master is free to take those ideas, develop them herself into something which she can run for her players. So altogether, we have several stream sheets here, quite a few, which should keep a game going for more than a few sessions. Including this one is a bit more developed in detail, so it's actually got some stats, some tables to roll on, some counters to handle, and net architecture for your player character net hacker to break into. And then we have 20 things in Night City, so we've got 20 freelancers, just thumbnail descriptions of them, and then 20 hotspots in Night City. Again, so they've got NPCs the player characters can meet. Now we've got places they can go and see people and be seen, and have their characters have a good time. 20 people in the Night City subway, so encounters down in the subway, getting around because it's the cheapest form of transport other than your own 2 feet. 20 safe houses in Night City. Of course, things are going to go wrong for your player characters, so they are going to want somewhere to hide out. So here are 20 safe houses where they can rest, recuperate, and take cover from any heat that's coming their way. 20 things in a subdermal pocket. Essentially, subdermal pockets are a 2x4 inch pocket hidden in the skin with a flesh zipper. Okay, but what do people really put in their pockets? Here's a list. First thing, winning lottery ticket, paper letter, or a small aluminium tin of solid perfume. Just little things like that add colour and flavour and detail and might spur another adventure. Then vendors at the Master K's market. So there we are, locations of a night market the player characters might go, because essentially they want something which they can't buy out of a vendor, whether it's arms or armour or cyberware. So yeah, that's the actual booklet, Cyberpunk RED Data Pack, and then it's accompanied by these maps. So what have we got here? These are double spread maps. So we have highway, and then basically a desert scene, I suppose. More highway. So you could put these together, and you've got a crossroads, and then another section of road, and they kind of go together. You put those together as sort of like a running area, so you can have car chases, that sort of thing, car battles. This time blank. With basically ruin locations on the street side, curbside, ruin, rough terrain, landing pad, parking spaces, kind of like a rooftop, and then a more car park. So these actually kind of go together. So for example, let's see if I can do it. Yeah, so these go together like that. There we go. And the same on the rest. So you sort of like got the let me see if you do that. It's sort of, you've got the car park. Now these aren't them. I have to be honest, they're not the most exciting of maps. It seems kind of sunny scene. There's not a lot of internal space for the player characters to explore. It's mostly external, which I think is a bit disappointing. It would have been a sort of like a nicer mix, but perhaps, hopefully, there will be another Cyberpunk RED Data Pack to go with this one. So if our Talsorian did another one, then perhaps it would sort of like, you'd have internal spaces like a nightclub or a street scene with some shops and alleyways, that kind of thing. A bit like you do actually see in Cyberpunk 2077. So yeah. Anyway, so that's the Cyberpunk RED Data Pack. More of what you need to make the dark future come alive. Published by Talsorian Games. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, please click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a parcel containing a book or game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Okay, then please do hit that subscribe button. In the meantime, thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.